Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my video. Let me introduce myself. My name is Torik Rifki Pratama from class 4B of the English Education Program. This video was made to fulfill the LLA or Language Learning Assessment midterm test. Here I will be present about the 5 material. The first is concept evaluation. The second is characteristic of authentic assessment. The third is type of the test. The fourth is rules constructing subjective test, and the last taxonomy Bloom. I will start in the first material, concept evaluation. According to Slameto 2001, the implementation of the evaluation include 7 concepts, namely the concept of philosophy, psychology, communication, curriculum, management, and sociology, anthropology. Evaluation must also be appropriate and useful in society to achieve certain progress. Jadi dikutip dari Slameto tahun 2001, pelaksanaan evaluasi meliputi 7 konsep, yaitu konsep filsafat, psikologi, komunikasi, kurikulum, manajemen, dan sosiologi, antropologi. Evaluasi juga harus tepat dan berguna dalam masyarakat untuk mencapai suatu kemajuan tertentu. The next is second material, characteristic of authentic assessment. The first can be used for formative or summative. The second, the instrument used are journal, project, and portfolio. The third, strengthen student higher or thinking skill. The fourth, the tasks given are divergent. The fifth, test the validity of the assessment is determined by its authenticity. And the last, continuous. The next is the third material, type of test. The type of tests are divided into 3. The first is a written test. A written test, often referred to as a paper test, is a test that requires student answer in written form. This test has 2 kinds, namely subjective test and objective test. Jadi, tes tertulis sering disebut dengan tes kertas, merupakan tes yang menuntut jawaban siswa dalam berbentuk tulisan. Tes ini ada 2 macam, yaitu tes subjektif dan tes objektif. The second, oral test, is a test that demands answer from student in oral form. Student will say the answer in their own words according to the question given. Jadi oral test merupakan tes yang menuntut jawaban dari siswa dalam bentuk lisan. Siswa dapat menyebutkan jawaban dengan kata-kata sendiri sesuai dengan pertanyaan yang diberikan. The next, third, performance test. It is test that demands student answer in the form of behavior, action, or deed. Performance test ini adalah tes yang menuntut jawaban siswa dalam bentuk perilaku, tindakan, ataupun perbuatan. The next is for material, rules in constructing test item. Subjective test is a form of written test, the structure of which consists of question items, each of which contains problem and demands student answer through a description of words that reflect student thinking ability. Jadi tes subjektif adalah suatu bentuk tes tertulis yang strukturnya terdiri dari butir-butir soal, dan masing-masing soal dan tuntutan jawaban siswa melalui uraian kata-kata yang mencerminkan kemampuan berpikir siswa. There are 6 rules in constructing subject test, atau ada 6 aturan dalam menyusun tes subjektif. The first, the question that are made must be accordance with indicator in grid, atau soal yang dibuat harus sesuai dengan indikator yang ada di grid. The second, limitation of answer of or the scope of which to be measured must be clear, atau batasan jawaban atau ruang lingkup yang akan diukur harus jelas. The third, formulation of a question should be used demanding question, descriptive answer. For example, why, explain, Jadi perumusan pertanyaan sebaiknya menggunakan pertanyaan yang menuntut jawaban deskriptif. Misalnya mengapa, jelaskan, uraikan, dan jadi sebagainya. The formula sentence. Questions for communicative. Avoid words, term, sentence which can lead to multiple interpretation. Jadi rumus kalimat pertanyaan harus komunikatif, dari kata istilah atau kalimat yang dapat menimbulkan multitafsir. And the things that accompany the question such as tables, diagram, drawing, and the like should be presented clearly and functionally. Jadi hal-hal yang menyertai soal seperti tabel, diagram, gambar, dan sejenisnya harus disajikan secara jelas dan fungsional. Make a clear instruction on how to do question. Jadi buat instruksi yang jelas tentang cara mengerjakan soal. And the last material is benefit of using Bloom taxonomy. The author of this teaching guide has added some clarifying points. The first, objective or learning goals are important to establish in a pedagogical interchange so that teacher and student understand the purpose of that interchange. Jadi manfaat yang pertama yaitu tujuan pembelajaran penting untuk ditetapkan dalam pertukaran pedagogis sehingga guru dan siswa sama-sama memahami tujuan dari pertukaran tersebut. The second, organizing objective help to clarify objective for themselves and for student. Jadi pengorganisasian itu bertujuan untuk membantu mengklarifikasi tujuan dari mereka sendiri untuk siswa. The third, plan and deliver appropriate instruction. Jadi merencanakan dan menyampaikan instruksi yang sesuai. These are the 5 materials that I have summarized into one. I hope this video can be useful for everyone. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.